Hey guys, it's me. I'm back. Did not mean to did not mean to just end on Legends of Tomorrow and then go 5 days straight without doing a video. Sorry. First of all, go down the list. There are a couple things I want to tell you really quick. One, after thinking about it and watching the episode itself, which wasn't bad, but wasn't that great and had a missed opportunity. I do not think I will be doing Arrow reviews. But I am, however, especially after watching the episode, going to try to start reviewing Riverdale. Now, I know I missed the pilot, and I'm sorry for that. The sickness that I kinda had before the shows came back is still kinda here. And it's not that bad, but it does mess with me some. And so I honestly forgot about Riverdale. And then by the time I watched it, I was like, by the time I process, upload, record, all of that, probably wouldn't be getting it to you until like 2 a.m. at the earliest. So I was like, nope. Can't do that. So instead, I will try again Thursday, and I will briefly talk about the pilot in the second episode real quick. But long story short, I actually surprisingly loved the pilot for Riverdale. And as for my top 10s, I still plan to do it. I'm not promising anything, but my hope is that on my day off Wednesday, I can get it to you. At least the first one. I know it's going to be kind of weird doing one, then Riverdale, then picking it back up, but it means you get it earlier. Anyway, moving on to the actual topic of today. Supergirl. Oh boy. Honestly, in my opinion, one of their best episodes of the season overall. Part 1 and Part 2. And in true Supergirl fashion, there were 3 plots. But A and B kind of really intersected with each other, so I'm going to talk about the C plot, then the A plot, then the B plot. I know it's a little weird, but you'll see as we go. Alright, C plot was Jean and Megan, which what happened was Megan sort of freaked the fuck out and yelled so loud that it broke the glass of the protective cell that she was in. Because in case you forgot, which honestly I kind of did, Megan is in a cell because Jean put her on the same level as the White Martians that killed his family. So that happened. And we find out later on, because she yells but then she passes out, we find out that she was psychically attacked by other White Martians and that she tried so hard to block them off that she got caught in her own mind. Oh boy. And the only way to get her out of it was Jean had to do the Pon-Farr mind meld thing. That's eerily like the Vulcan mind meld, but they never say the V word. Which is so weird though, because they actually call it a mind meld. But anyway, so he does that. There's really touching, honestly kind of beautiful scene with him about him and McGann. Not doing that. I just don't know what to do with my hands. Bonding and for him forgiving her feeling sorry. It was really touching scene that makes me think that they might be working towards a McGann-Jean ship. And if you follow the comics, it's kind of icky. Now, to be fair, in the comics, she is still a white Martian, but she's an adoptive daughter / niece in the comics. Like, you know how Alex and Supergirl are to Jean on the show? That's how McGann is to Jean in the comics. So it's kind of achy. But the actress is about the same age as Jean's actor. Dennis Hayward, I think that's his name. They're about the same age, so it makes sense age-wise, but the comic fan in me still finds it a little icky. But moving on, the A-plot. Live Wire escapes from jail. And you know, Live Wire kind of irks Supergirl because apparently this is irking. If you remember, Live Wire's origins on the show is a lightning bolt went through Kara and hit Leslie. And the Kryptonian DNA mixed with the lightning caused Leslie to become Live Wire. So she blames Supergirl. And Supergirl blames herself. But anyway, so there's tension between those two. And so Supergirl is hell-bent on finding Livewire, how she's escaped, who are those people that helped her escape, so on and so forth. But then, as they go to investigate, they find out that she didn't escape. Someone broke her out and kidnapped her. And is using her for her energy, for her power, to create super soldiers. Which kind of irks me. Not the plot, not the fact that Leslie isn't the bad guy, but just the fact that they chose an actor that I really like. I'm blanking on his name now, but he's been everywhere. First thing I remember him in is an older show called Crossing Jordan. But he was also a villain in, I think the Hulk Hogan movie where he thinks that he's Santa Claus. But anyway, he's a good actor, and I think he deserves more, and I wish he didn't play more than just a bit part. Because I don't even think that we learned his name, which is the only flaw in the episode. But anyway, they eventually find out where Leslie is, free her, then Supergirl and Leslie come to a bit of an understanding. Leslie won't kill the nameless bad guy if Supergirl lets her go for the day, until she starts causing havoc again, which was pretty cool. But also, gears started rolling in my inner theorist head. Makes me think, are they gonna redeem Livewire? Honestly, I would find this weird, but this is the CW. They kind of hold the card on redeeming and messing with villains. We had Captain Cole, who by the end of it became a complete hero, who heroically sacrificed himself, but is now coming back as a later version of him as a villain. And then they've got Heatwave, who started off as a pure villain, then just became like a destructive person, then went on full villain again, but not his fault, to the fact where now he's actually having a hard time having emotions in general. And then, of course, we've got Killer Frost. But this video is already long enough, so I don't even need to go into the complexity of her as a villain. So, point is, with their history with villains, I wouldn't be surprised if they redeem her, make her a good guy, which I actually would like, partly because I like this version of Livewire. She's different. And also partially, I love the actress. Most notable thing she's done for me is a lesser known show that I love, but only went for one season, called The Middleman. But anyway, fingers crossed that they are redeeming her, because I think that would actually be pretty cool. If they kept her edgy, but still fighting for good. That would be interesting to see on Supergirl, who's all about hope. But that was like the A-ish plot. Like I said, there's a B plot that runs into it, and also technically a D plot, which I totally blanked upon. But the B plot is all about Guardian and Wynn, because during a fight with the Livewire clones, it's revealed that James is Guardian. And Supergirl does not like this. She even goes to the fact of saying, if you do it, I will stop you. And James says, you can try. Which, oh boy. But, in the end, through like mutual respect and the underlying friendship that they have, they reach the point where it's just simply, I won't stop you, but I don't have to like what you're doing. Which, I would have loved it if the movies did that with another powerless vigilante and Kryptonian hero. instead of the confusing mess that we had, which you want to know how I feel about that video. I have a long video talking about my feelings about that. Long story short, it's very mixed. But this was a lot better. Oh, and the D plot. Because we're not even done. The D plot was between Mon-El and Supergirl. Mon-El thinking if he wants to do this because he's a hero, because he wants to be a hero, and he's training, and Supergirl even says that he can change, even going as far to say that she'd rather have him in the field instead of Guardian, who's proved himself to be an asset. But in the end, Mon-El comes out and says, yes, I remember kissing you. Saying some romantic shit, like your eyes were like comets, which so frustrating that she didn't say or do anything. And so we got to the point with kind of like where it's I like you and I recognize that you don't like me, but can we still work together type thing. And Kara just stands there and doesn't say shit. That's another little issue that I had with the episode, because I was like, do something. Say something. Kiss him, do something. But no, she just stood there. Which I know that they're doing that to overall build it and make the whole part where his people or whoever those people are looking for Mon-El, make that more dramatic in the long haul. But it was like, you prove with Alex and Maggie that you can have a working relationship. Which I would say that this is an E-plot, but it really wasn't. It was just a little one-off thing. But Maggie and Alex had their own little thing where they had a bet about Supergirl, which was cool. But whew, I think that was it. Oh, last thing. I think I called it the C-plot about Martian Manhunter and McGann. She reveals that the reason why she was attacked in the first place was her people looking for her because she killed people, she killed her own kind and escaped to Earth, and they do not like that, so they are after her and they have found her. And next episode will be about a white Martian and our team trapped in the DEO, which sounds like it's going to be cool. Because, especially with a line from Wynn where it's like, monsters are real, which I've already been going on way too long for this video, probably. But I will say that even though he wasn't part of the central plot, they did make sure to keep Wynn in this episode. And I think he did a killer job. I just didn't get a chance to say it because there was so much shit that happened. And also, one other thing that I love is even though he's not out in the field, all throughout the episode, they kept referring to Jimmy and Wynn as a team. Which I loved. Especially even Jean. Which that's something coming from him. Anyway, episode of review over, I mean. This went on for probably far too long. I hope this was recording, because if not, this would be a lot to retell. But anyway, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow with the next episode of Legends of Tomorrow where it's off to save Rip, who doesn't know that he's Rip, but is being tortured for information that he should know but doesn't. I know, it's another complex thing, but it's the CW. They're the kings of complex. And queens. Anyway, till then, see ya, bye.